Good morning, students. Let's continue our chapter 13. Today, we are finishing the chapter. Yesterday, we studied about the geological structure, the types of plates, and how they are created. I suppose you have listened to yesterday's video. We also studied about the convergent. What is the meaning of convergent plates, transform boundary, and divergent plates? Now, let's turn the page and come to page number 104. Let's begin. India was a part of a very vast and an ancient landmass known as the Gondwana land. This large landmass consisted of the present South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Students, what is that, students? Look here. India was a part of a very vast and an ancient landmass known as the Gondwana land. Now, students, if you go to see, yesterday I was explaining you something about how the continents came to be known as, how the plates became the different plates. Over here, yesterday we saw that the different types of plates, Eurasian plates, African plates, American. So students, how did they come to be? How did they come to be? Now, look here. Yesterday I explained you that these were one land mass, and it was earlier known as Pangaea. Later on it started getting separated due to the tectonic plates. Now, here what we are studying about is that India was a part of a very vast and ancient landmass known as Gondwana land. This large landmass consisted of the present South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Students, underline this. Now, this landmass right now, South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Okay, this is what consisted of. Over a period, the Indo-Australian plate started drifting gradually towards north. It is so believed that this plate collided with the large Eurasian plate before about, again underline over here, 5 crore years. 5 crore years. Due to the collision between Indo-Australian plate and the Eurasian plate, the Himalayan mountain system emerged out of Tethys Sea. Now, students, here's something we are going to see about how the Himalayan mountains came to be. How did the Himalayan mountain system emerge? And so, what is that? At present, the landmass that is the South Gondwana land, at present South Africa, South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Now, what happened? Over the period, the Indo-Australian plate started drifting gradually towards north. Now, again come back to yesterday's figure where we have seen. Now, you have seen that Indo-Australian plates over here, they started drifting towards the north. They started drifting towards the north. Then, what happened when they started drifting towards the north? It is so believed that this plate collided with large Eurasian plate before. That is what? As they were going upward, as you saw, they collided. They collided with whom? They collided with the Eurasian plates. And then what happened? That was 5 crore years ago. Underline that. Due to the collision between Indo-Australian plate and the Eurasian plate, Himalayan mountain system emerged and out of Tethys Sea. Now, where is that Tethys Sea? You should also know, now these Himalayan mountains are situated over here. You know that Himalayan mountains are situated over here. Now, which is neighboring country close to Himalayan mountain? Tibet. Now, listen to me carefully. If Tibet is over here, meaning when you see these plates over here, you will realize if Tibet is there, then this is India. Tibet is over here, somewhere where the Eurasian plates are. And India over here towards the Indo-Australian plates. As these plates were going up, what happened? They collided with this. And so, therefore, near the Tibet over there, the Tethys Sea was formed. Tesserae sea was formed. Now, but then what happens? What did we learn over here? The Himalayan mountain system emerged out of Tesserae sea. Now, it was also said that the deposits, the sediments and all which were over there, from there emerged the Himalayan mountain. Due to the foldings, you remember students, when it gets compressed, when it gets compressed, what happens? The folding takes place, and the folding went on becoming big, and due to that height, the Himalayan mountains were emerged. Now, a large valley was formed to the south of the Himalayan system. Underline that, to the south of the Himalayan system, wherein alluvial sediments were deposited by the rivers flowing from north and south of it. Alluvial systems, sediments. Okay, student? What is the meaning of sediments? The small particles, the stones and all small particles. So what happened is that alluvial sediments were deposited by the rivers flowing from north and south of it. Thus, the Ganga plain between Himalayas and the southern peninsula was formed. You remember southern peninsula, which I have shown you, students, over here, southern peninsula. And so, the Ganga river and southern peninsula was formed. Now, a huge volcanic eruption took place in the northwest of the peninsular plateau, as a result of which the western portion of the plateau was disintegrated and was submerged. The western portion of the plateau was disintegrated, got separated and got submerged. This led to the formation of Arabian Sea, and due to which Arabian Sea came into existence. Due to this submerge of the Western Ghats became more distinct. Due to this submerge, the Western Ghats became more distinct. Western Ghats, when you go to Maharashtra, you have this Western Ghats towards Maharashtra. Now, thus a large diversity is seen in the Indian subcontinent. Lofty mountain ranges are seen in the north. Many plateaus, summits and passes are seen within them. Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra, underline these three names. Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra rivers flow in the northern plains. Their alluvial deposits have formed this plain. Two edges in the form of ghats on the two sides of the plateau and coastal plains on eastern and western marines are situated. Thus, India holds a diversified physiography. What is that physiography? I told you in the beginning only, the mountains, plains, plateaus and all. Okay, so students, this is due to the tectonical plates, the movement and all. When the plates have been moving, the different continents have been formed. Plus we saw the Tesserae Sea, then from Tesserae Sea to Himalayan mountain also you saw that how Arabian Ocean has been getting separated in when the Western Ghats, at the Western Ghats, when the Western plains submitted and got submerged. Okay, so students, over here we have finished this chapter, but I just want you in brief to tell you something once again about the Himalayas. So pay attention. Students, have a look at this. Do I explain you? Just now pay attention over here. Now, north of Himalayas is the Tibet. I told you Tibet over here. North of Himalayas is the Tibet. And so, Tibet came more or less in the Eurasian plates over here. Okay. Now, Indian Peninsula was a part of Gondwana land. Indo-Australian plates collided with Eurasian plates. Indo-Australian plates collided with Indo-Australia, that is Indian Australian plates, collided with Eurasian plates. Now, what is that? 225 million years ago, all continents were part of the one supercontinent, and that was known as the Pangaea, which yesterday also I explained you. They all were initially one. Okay? But due to the tectonical movements, they started getting separated. About 150 million years ago, they all started getting separated from each other. It is believed or it is said that 75 million years ago, the Indian Peninsula started moving towards the Indian Peninsula, started moving towards the Eurasian plates. Later on, India moved towards the Eurasian plates, whereas Australia formed whereas we moved towards the Eurasian plates, but Australia formed as a separate continent. Now, earlier, that is before all this should happen, that India became the part of the Eurasian plates and all. What was that? These different plates still existed as they were, like Antarctica, Africa, Australia, America. They all were part of Angara land. When we saw about the Gondwana land, there was also Angara land, which I have not explained you because that is not a part of your syllabus. They were all part of Gondwana land. Due to the folding of two plates, that is Indo-Australian material and Eurasian plates, the converging of that, the folding took place. And due to the foldings, the Himalayan mountain was formed. And as I told you, Himalayan mountain, though we know that it is the highest peak and all, and there are also other, we will study in the next chapter. Himalaya is not the one mountain, but it is a mountain ranges. Then, so that Himalaya is not a single mountain, but it is a complex of the ranges, complex of many mountain ranges. And going towards the east from Afghanistan, it extends up to Myanmar via India, Nepal and Bhutan, which you have already seen over here, via Nepal, Bhutan, okay. We see towards the Pakistan over here, Afghanistan, and it is coming over here, students, okay. Then, what is that? It has more span in Tibet in the north. What is that? We are talking about the Himalaya. Himalaya has more span in Tibet rather than of India. Then this is a part of the mountain system which is known as Pamir North, which we are going to study in the next chapter. So students, we have finished this chapter over here. Today I have given you small question answer, just one sentence, 7 question I have given you, 7 question answers you have to write. And students, you also have to complete the homework given over here, okay, on page 104 and page 105. You have to study, write all that is asked. Some of the questions you have already seen. I have been giving it to you. So study well. I will just show you the board. Here are the questions. You have to answer them, plus the textual question answers you have to write. Complete your book. Many of you, your friends are not watching the video. Please tell them to watch and do the homework. See you tomorrow with different chapter.